So I'm going to a networking meeting and they're going to ask me to give a commercial. What am I going to say?
Oh my
Has that
goodness.
ever been you? Absolutely. It's been me many, many times. And imagine how different that would be if I went into that networking meeting with a plan. Like, I know what I'm going to say. Imagine you can create that for yourself. That's what we're talking about today. I am Sandra Lee, energy healer and coach, and I have an upcoming masterclass, What to Say, Getting to Aha for speakers and writers, healers, and coaches. And I have a wonderful, wonderful friend with me today, Kelly-Anne Lauzon. And she's an image consultant, which I love because this is going to give a different flavor to our conversation today. So, welcome, Kelly. What would you like to say?
Oh, Sandra, first of all, you couldn't be more correct about saying this is all about how we show up and how we present ourselves. And sometimes you're tongue tied, especially in new circumstances and situations. And this couldn't be a better time because it's such a busy time of year. So thanks for having me on here. I'm going to learn something from you as well. And yeah, so I've been doing this for 35 years. So I'm excited to bring this part of it all to your audience and can't wait to have this conversation.
I have to tell you, audience watching, I had Kellyanne do just like a short, like intro, looking at me, how I dress. Talking about, color and makeup and stuff. And then my background in my office, it was so helpful. And
Yeah,
she really had me look differently at, oh, how do I appear? How do I show up? And what might the person who is in my audience, who is watching my video or talk, what might they think based on that? So I wanted to talk with Kellyanne today and bring that in. So it's like when I am out socializing, holiday parties, right?
mm,
How many people are going to say, tell me what you do? And we want to come up with a good introduction that captures people's interest, but also how you appear in that situation makes so much difference in what the person you're talking with, the impression they get of you.
absolutely.
And Kelly is so good at that.
Well, Sandra, it's like they say, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. And it could be cliche, but how many times have you walked away from being in a group and you wanted so badly to speak to someone and you had a person in mind because they were fascinating, but you are in your head and thinking, what do I say? How about if I don't say it right? How about if it comes off looking silly or I don't look intelligent enough? All these apprehensions instead of with what you're going to say, planning for it, understanding, being prepared. It's just like anything else, it's the preparation.
Yeah. So in my masterclass, Saturday or Wednesday, I am having you come up with something you want to work on during the masterclass. And in the video, you got to watch the videos that come with your masterclass beforehand so that you come prepared. I suggest, you might want to work on your commercial, what you say when somebody says, tell me what you do. So, given that holidays are coming up and all of those gatherings you're going to go to,
Oh, yeah.
it's a perfect time to work on this.
So, Sandra, example, I'm a question girl. So, if that was me going in and it's me, let's say, wanting to talk to someone, but I'm a little nervous, I haven't met them before, I'm afraid they're going to say, what do you do? And I'm, example, new at what I do. What is it that you would suggest I start off with? Who am I, obviously? What else? Just so I have some cues, a framework. And this is for everyone out there.
Well, you want to share something that you care about, something that's important to you, and to put thought into it beforehand.
Yes.
If I go to this event, this party, and I haven't thought about it ahead of time, I'm just like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to say. People are going to ask me. And again, this has been me so many times. I haven't thought about it ahead. So just thinking about it. What is it I do? How is it I help people? What do I care about? And so to start off with that.
You know what, Sandra? I think it's really important. You said even to watch the videos. I think it's critical. And I'm saying this because I'm listening to you and I'm thinking even in the last 48 hours, there's been a couple of people that I've coached and they've gone to networking events because they're new, they're beginning, and they don't have that elevator pitch, that 1 minute to say basically simply introducing themselves, what they want from that networking event. And they did not show up to it. They wanted to go so badly. They didn't show up because they weren't confident. They didn't know what to say. So I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, look, it even prevents you from showing up to places you want to go to. So you're right. I totally encourage just taking some time, even getting assisted with ChatGPT and plug in these things and put it into your own words.
Yeah. So, taking the ChatGPT example, you could put into ChatGPT, this is who I am, this is what I do. And when you're doing ChatGPT, you don't have the pressure of somebody standing in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can put it in and then you can tell ChatGPT. And then I was like, oh, let me change that, right? So that you can get several different iterations of it and refine it a little bit. And then the next time you introduce yourself to someone, this is take what you got and try it out.
Absolutely.
And understand that it's not going to be perfect.
You got
it takes practice. And so just take what you start off with and put that in there and see how it goes. And then the next time you switch it up a little bit, see how it goes, and have fun with it.
Yeah. Look at it like, listen, we've all been there. You know, even the people that are high profile out there online, they're still going through it and learning. And I think we get so in our head. And instead of looking at it like it's, a job, which it is, but look at it as a game as well. What are the best, prompts that I could use in the chat GPT, refining it, going out there, plugging it in, seeing the response and saying, hey, they really liked that. It's just like in your sales talk. You find out what works for you, what makes you comfortable showing up you in your energy and delivering it. So I can't wait for your master class. Tell me how it kind of all wraps in together.
We're just going to play.
Wow.
Right? So register for the masterclass, start
Yeah.
off with that. Okay. And then if you're going to Saturday's masterclass, the 3 days before, there's a video. So if you've registered for the masterclass and you haven't watched the videos, you haven't opened my emails, you want to go and open the emails and watch the videos. If you're signing up for Wednesday, then you have time. But you want to be prepared for what you're going to do in the masterclass. So there's that. And we're just kind of take it on the fly. I mean, I have some things I'm going to teach you a little bit, but really we're going to have fun and you're going to play and you're going to experiment. You're going to try things. Just get on the court. And we might even share our little introductions. Not sure. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're going to have fun.
Listen, I think that's important. I think there should be more master classes where it's interactive. I love the concept of teaching and playing and getting out there because a lot of us are at home creating content, deliverables, doing all that, but never really getting out there till we're actually doing our own classes. So it's great practice. I think that's so important. I'm glad you're doing that. And I know that, I did that human design chart with you. I brought it actually with me because I literally show people this because it was pivotal.
Mhm.
I'm tongue tied, but it really was monumental in the sense of understanding things. Um, are you doing any of that? Do people have access to this at some point with you?
I will mention it during the masterclass.
Yeah.
Um, if somebody hasn't registered for the masterclass yet,
Yes.
after you register, I actually give you an opportunity to purchase a human design reading
Oh,
at
good.
a reduced cost. Um, if anybody wants to do that and you've already registered, but you don't have the human design reading yet, just let me know and we'll get you set up. But one of the things that I am going to talk about is when you are speaking anything,
Yeah.
writing anything, understanding your design, understanding your purpose helps you align what you're saying with who you are.
Yeah.
And that's what has you be most attractive and magnetic. So understanding that. We're not going to get into that too much during the masterclass because there's not going to be time for that, but I will mention it. So if anybody out there hasn't registered yet and wants to register for the masterclass and you're interested in human design, go ahead and take advantage of that at the end there. If you've already registered and you haven't had your human design, then we can arrange that for you. But
Sandra,
yeah,
am I
absolutely. So
able to just a little bit talk about that?
yeah,
So, anyways, like I said, I brought it with me because listen, as we go through life and we accumulate experiences, we start investigating about what our zones of genius are, our gifts, especially being creators and all of that for courses. So to have something where you're giving me confirmation of what I suspected and telling me things I didn't know. So now I have this visual in my head. And the great part about it is example, you said one of the three things was manifester. So I start things. I'm powerful at starting things. So I met another manifester, like it was like that human design thing, but it went along the same lines and she didn't close things. She started things but didn't close things. And that always bothered her. So now it doesn't bother her because she understands that her zone of genius is getting people started, getting them to start the project that's been on the back burner. So now she's wrapped her head around something as a gift instead of looking at as, this failure because she doesn't finish something. She looked at it wrong. So I highly recommend doing this. I had to bring it up because I think it's brilliant. And I love it because of what your masterclass is all about. It's all about if you understand that about you, you'll understand how to interact with people. You'll
yes.
understand how to initiate, if you're a manifestor, the conversation, all of it. And I
So
heard one of your, other interviews.
yeah, what Kelly is talking about is that there might be aspects of who you are that you don't understand
Mm-hmm.
or you don't like, or why does this happen to me? Or I hate this. I wish something else. And when you learn that it's part of your blueprint, changes everything.
Yeah.
It enables you to take this aspect of yourself that's like, why do I do this? Why does this happen to me? And it's like, oh, it's supposed to happen.
Mm.
And it changes the way you look at yourself. And I recognize that I am contributing my purpose in the world. So let me just give an example. It's going to be easier that way. So the first thing I learned about myself and my chart is that I'm angry. And I used to really beat myself up about this. Why do I get so angry? Why do I hold on to her for so long? Why is it who else does this? And I realized that being angry is part of my design. It's not going away. nothing wrong with me, nothing wrong with anybody else. It's just normal. And it enabled me to take this part of myself that I really used to beat myself up over all the time and be peaceful about it. And to realize that there's actually positive reasons for having anger. Anger is actually necessary. And so when I realized, oh, anger's coming up, what's going on? Is there something that needs to change? Is there something I need to initiate change in? And so looking at this, again, aspect that I hated, something wrong with me kind of a thing, and to see it, turn it around, change the whole world.
Yeah. When you see something that's so specifically designed, like we each have our own fingerprint, it's like we all have our own unique design, but it's never been discovered. So to be able to discover it, and years later, you could be in your 30s, 20s, 40s, and someone's saying, this is why you do what you do. It literally takes a weight off you, and you didn't even know you were carrying that weight. So I love it. I encourage people. I think it's fantastic that you're going to play in this master class. What else are they going to learn?
Well, there is some standard stuff that everybody teaches about how to come up with something to write or to say.
Right.
That's what's in the videos that you get before the master class, so that you have those foundational things that just is important to put into whatever it is you're writing. So that's going to be part of it. But we're really going to build on that. We're going to talk about energy and flow and then having fun.
Yeah. And you know what, Sandra, just even taking into the whole image, when you're showing up at these places, how do you show up? You know, especially going into a lot of events are happening now, whether it's speaking because it's the fourth quarter. Many things are going on where you're introducing yourself. You are making first impressions. You want to make an impression to certain individuals because maybe you want to speak on their stage. So you really need to consider the colors that you're wearing. Are they colors that are attracting people? Are they repelling? Your accessories, makeup, is it enhancing what you have or is it distracting? So it's all of this, and a lot of people fail to see that. So they just put on something that they think looks good, but maybe they need an outside expert to take a look and refine it a bit so they look polished, right?
Kelly-Anne is great at that.
Thank you. So, yes, I mean, I've been doing it so long, and where your zone of genius, that's mine. And, you know, you love what you do and you want people to show up their best self, right? So, wanted to put that out there so that everyone going into this holiday season and getting out there and getting more speaking gigs and opportunities to speak on stage, they're showing up. I say it's the $1 million look, but that just means they're showing up their optimal best. And that's the $1 million look.
That's why I wanted Kelly-Anne to come on and speak with you.
Well, thank you. So tell me again, when is the master classes?
Yes, the master class is what to say, getting to aha for speakers and writers, healers, and coaches. The first one is Saturday, the 26th, so this next Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, an hour and a half, so 8:30 to 10. And then there's another one on Wednesday, the 30th at 4:00 p.m. So we've got a morning time and an afternoon time.
Oh, I like that. I like that. And 3 hours ahead for Eastern Standard.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
so that's great. So sorry, how long is it? It's 90 minutes?
90 minutes.
Fantastic. So that'll give people time to, like you said, do a little bit of learning, playing, and getting into action.
Yep. Oh, now I want to tell you, you asked if there's something else. So one of the things that I do is I help people understand their evolutionary purpose, how you contribute to the evolution of everything.
Oh, I like
So
that.
we are going to do a drawing for one person who is present in the room at the end of the session. And I'm going to we're going to do a wheel, those wheel things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a mini evolutionary purpose reading for one person in each one of the 2 master classes. So come and stay to the end so you can get a chance to get that drawing.
So listen, I'm all about surprises like that. So that evolutionary, tell me a little bit. What is it that they're going to win? What
So,
is it designed to do?
so I see how people energetically contribute to evolution of everything, the
Yes.
betterment of everything.
Yeah.
I've been seeing this for a long time for people on an individual scale, your sphere, your community. And then I started seeing it for like the bigger picture. Because I believe, everything is moving forward.
Right.
Humanity, the planet, the
Hmm.
universe, and everybody contributes to that. And
Absolutely.
so I have started seeing energetically how people contribute to the betterment of everything.
Wow, that will be interesting. Very interesting. Great gift, Sandra.
So one person at the end of the masterclass is
That's
going to
right.
get a mini energetic reading from me. So
Wow.
come.
Yes, this sounds so much fun. And really watch the videos. I can't stress that enough because I mean, I've gone to classes and didn't do the video. And I'm thinking if I did, it would have just given me that much more insight to what you were talking about. And they're short videos.
2,
So
3 minutes. Short,
exactly.
short, short, short. Yeah.
Exactly. So God, sounds like so much fun.
So thank you, everybody. There's going to be a registration link below the video, and change happens one action at a time.
Yeah.
You get better with this speaking thing, this introducing yourself, with the appearance of each of these things. You make a little improvement at a time.
That's right.
Look forward to seeing you at the masterclass. Thank you, Kelly-Anne.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you.